All right, we are on our Unit 3, Lesson 4 practice problems. And when I see a table or a graph, I immediately am trying to think about my slope. I often just test out my rise and my run right away. And over here on this one, visually, I could pick two nice points here, and I would have a rise and a run as well. Now my rise here starts at 25, ends at 50, so that's a rise of 25. I could calculate that by doing 50 minus 25. My run here is simply a run of 1. So I know that the slope that I'm getting here is 25 divided by 1. And it's nice to think about units. So if I actually look at my graph here, it's dirt is on the bottom. So this is dirt. And on the top, it's cost. Okay, so basically I could rewrite this as it's 25 bucks per yard of dirt. So that's what I know about this company right here, 25 per yard of dirt. Sorry, my camera was in the way. Now if I want to calculate my rise over here, I'm a little slow with figuring out how much this grows. So I'm going to just go ahead and do 490 minus 196. Okay, I'm going to subtract those. I could subtract these two. 20 minus 8. I'm faster with that. That's 12 here. But 490 minus 196. That's going to be 294. All right, so my slope, my rise, and my run is going to be 294. Again, that is dollars divided by a run of 12 yards. It's yards cubed of dirt. All right, let's run that number. So I would have my 294, and I divide that by 12. So I have my old 294 in there, and I get 24.5. So I'm going to have 24.5 bucks per cubic yard of dirt. So if I wanted to do how much would each hauling company charge for 40 cubic yards of dirt? So my first one, easy. They're charging 24.50 per cubic yard. So that would be 40 times my 24.5, and that would give me this number. So 24.5 times 40, I would pay $980 for my easy company. For my other one, I'm paying more. I'm paying 25 bucks each yard, so that would be 25 times 40, and I believe that's going to be 1,000. 25 times 40, that's an even $1,000. All right, calculate the rate of change, it says here. Let's transition this over. Here we go. Calculate the rate of change for each relationship. What do they mean for the company? Now, we've already done this. Rate of change. Rate of change is the slope. So I've already calculated that. Easy slope equals the 24 bucks per dirt load, yard cubed of dirt. I don't actually know if that's the way you do yards. And then, what is the abbreviation for your yards? Is it YD? I'm not sure. And then Happy Hauling. What is this guy? Happy Hauling. Happy is charging 50 cents more. They're charging 25 bucks per yard of dirt. All right, if the contractor has 40 cubic yards of dirt to haul and a budget of $1,000, which company should she hire? Explain or show your reasoning. Well, now I'm confused because it seems like I could afford both companies for $40 or 40 cubic pounds or cubic yards. I'm saying all sorts of crazy things because I'm confused. It's making me second guess my slope here. Let's double check this slope and this slope. So this is a +6. Is this a 637 minus 490? I just wanted to double check. So this is a 147 change between these two. Okay, so what's 147 divided by 6? 147 divided by 6. Is that going to be 24.5? I thought it was going to be by 6. Yeah, 24.5. Okay. Okay. If the contractor has 40 cubic yards of dirt to haul and a budget of $1,000, which hauling company should she hire? Either company works. However, usually we want to save money. Save money by hiring Easy. Easy charges $9.80. That saves 20 bucks. And that 20 bucks you could tip your teacher. You still get to move your 40 cubic yards of dirt and you have $20 to tip your teacher. That sounds like a lovely situation to me. All right. Andre and Priya. Andre and Priya are tracking the number of steps they walk. Andre records that he can walk 6,000 steps in 50 minutes. So, whenever I have something like this sounds like per, and that sounds like a slope. So I could set this up. Like I could say, oh, I have 6,000 steps divided by 50 minutes. And that could give me steps per minute. So I have 6,000 divided by 50. So I'm going to get that be 120 steps per minute. And that's for, who is that for? That's for Andre. Now, Priya writes the equation y equals 118x, where x is the number of steps. So this one, the 118 is her steps per minute. So we could take this out here. I could prove this by making a table, and we could show that the slope of the table is 118 if we really wanted to. But I also know that this is my 118 steps per minute, mainly because y is the number of steps. So it's set up to be basically steps equals this number times minutes. All right, this week, Andre and Priya walk a total of 5 hours. Who walks more steps? Well, let's calculate that out. So if I work 5 hours in, the problem is 5 hours isn't minutes. So I need to turn 5 hours into minutes. And I like to do this. My mom used to teach me how to do this. So if you ever want to do conversions, you can use a series of these little fractions here that you know are equal to 1. So I put 1 hour on the bottom, and I put 60 minutes on the top. and then my hours cross out, and I'm just left with minutes. So my answer here is going to be, I believe this is 300 minutes. Let's confirm that. So 5 times 60 is 300 minutes. So I'm going to take that and multiply it by here to get this number. So this would be 118 times my 300 versus my 120 times that 300. All right, so what do we get here? I obviously know that this person's going to walk farther because they have a 120 to the 118. Every single minute, they're walking 2 additional steps, which actually means they have shorter legs, probably. So 120 times 300, boom. Wow, that's a lot of steps. 36,000. And over here, I'd have 118 times 300, and that's 35,400 steps. So here we have a clear winner. More steps. All right. The points 2, 1, and x, y, a, and b all lie on the line. Find an equation for the line. Oh, we love these. So immediately I want to know my slope. So I know that my run here equals 4 and my rise equals 3. So my slope, I know my slope always equals rise over run. And that is a 3/4. I can also do the same thing with these ones. I could set up a little table and find my slope with these 2 points, this point and this point. 2, 1, x, y, and here the rise will be y minus 1. That's my rise. And here will be my run. So x minus 2 is my run. And then I put my rise over my run just like I did before. So I have y minus 1 over x minus 2. And that is equal to slope. But I just found my slope up there, so I could put my slope here. And now I have a beautiful equation, an equation with an equal sign. And that's going to be the equation of this line. Down here, one of my favorite questions. Calculate the slope of each line. So for line N, I'm going to find some good points. Okay. And I can go from one to the other. So that's a 2, and that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rise is 4, my run is 2. Be 4/2, which I believe is just 2. My L, I have a point here and a point here. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So L is going to be 5/4. 5 divided by 4, is that 0.2? What is that, 1.2? 5 to 1.25? 1.25. And then M is going to be the lowest slope of them all because it's low here. Find some good points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. So that'll be a rise of 2/6. I think this gives us a 0.33333. 2 divided by 6. 0.3 repeating. 0.3 repeating. Now, again, remember what we're doing is slope is my rise amount divided by my run amount. That is the truth every single time. Hopefully that helps, and have a beautiful evening.